Dolphins are on the clock.
Okay.
23 NFL Draft. The Miami Dolphins select Devon Achane.
The Dolphins go 2 for 2.
Yo!
You are now tuned in to Go Time Dolphins with Charlie Touche and Kadeem Simmons, the Miami Dolphins podcast that's for the fans and by the fans.
Gotta make them lose their mind when it's your time. And it's show time. Going all out when it's go time. Go. I ain't wasting no time. Gotta make them lose their mind when it's show time. Cause it's your time. Lay it on the line when it's go time. Go. Don't waste no time.
The Dolphins never make it easy, but I guess good teams find a way to win. Are the Dolphins even a good team? Who knows? All I know is that the Dolphins did get a win at 21-17 over the New Orleans Saints. And to delve into all of that and more, as always, I am joined by the host of Go Time Dolphins. Charlie, tell them what time it is.
It's Go Time Dolphins, the Miami Dolphins podcast that goes not only across the pond, but across the world. I'm your boy, Charlie Touche. Got my co-host, Kadeem Simmons, with me. It's always for the fans and by the fans. Your favorite podcast, and official affiliates of Fanatics, where you could be a fanatic of your favorite franchise. As I remove the victory visor, Kadeem, man, are we streaking or are we streaking?
We're streaking, but it feels like, I think I said to you before, Dolphins fans can't be happy, and we're winning games. And yes, there's an element of it's not clean, it's not perfect, so let's discuss ways to improve. But I feel like even though we're winning, even though we're streaking, it's not good enough, if that makes sense. Am I tripping or am I tripping?
You're not tripping, because here I have a post queued up from Facebook, and it says, does anyone realize this team was a 2-point conversion, 2-point interception return away from a possible loss? And I am on record now for the past, who knows how long, saying this. Who cares how we won, bruh? We won. Who cares that you only won by X amount of points? Who cares that if it wasn't for a 2-point conversion interception taken to the house, that it still would have been an incomplete pass, by the way? You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, who cares? The reason I say who cares is because Denver just won by another 1-score game last night. No one's saying, oh, Denver's trash. They won 8 games now. 8, because we did the count last time. Because they've been in 9 1-score games, and they won 7 of them. So now that Denver Broncos have won 8 1-score games, and they're happily on the way to the playoffs. You think anyone is tripping about that, bro?
I've seen, I think, because including, PFF Tom Valentine, people are going, the Broncos aren't a good team. But if you're a Broncos fan, again, if you want to have a deeper conversation, I'm sure Broncos fans are going, hey, this isn't good enough. Need to clean up X, Y, and Z. But you find a way to...
I think every team needs to clear up X, Y, and Z, bro.
Yeah, like
every team has to clean up something.
I've seen a few, we'll get to Dolphins shortly. I've seen a post where it's just like, even like the best teams, no one looks good. And I think I saw one person was like, the Patriots haven't played anyone really. The Broncos are just finding ways to win. And great. The best team in the NFL is the Rams. And the Rams just lost to the Panthers. So, like, right now, I'm looking at it going, again, as Dolphin fans, I get it. We want to have... someone in the Dolphins group chat was like, why can't we win like 41-7 or, massive blowout? Like, I get that. I wish I could have that.
No, Kadeem. Because when we win by 41-7, it's, oh, look who you played. Look who you played. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it doesn't matter. Even when we win, even when we put up a 70 burger, there's someone's going to say something about it. So it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if we put up 70. Doesn't matter if we win by 2.
Yeah. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm in no way sitting here going, this is a good operation. They've got so much stuff to clean up, and the chances are they could win now and still somehow miss the playoffs. Like it's possible. I'm not going to sit here and say
it's very possible. Very
yeah,
possible.
like I'm not going to sit here and say that Tua's playing good because he's not. There's a conversation that needs to be had about Tua, whether it's now, whether it's the off season. Like I'm not going to come on this episode and go, Tua is X, Y, and Z outside of Tua's playing bad football. Coach is saying it, he's saying it. Tua needs to improve. Tua might not improve. We don't know what we're going to get after this season. But I'm just like, Charlie, do you remember the early days of Go Time Dolphins? And the Dolphins defense is playing amazing. Tua's doing just enough to get wins. And everyone was like, he needs to air the ball out, he needs to do X, he needs to take more risks, all this kind of stuff. And I was on this channel going, I don't need him to do that. I just want him to not put the ball in harm's way and get wins. I feel like Tua is, again, playing bad football, making bad decisions. But I also feel like he's playing in a way which he's never been used to. And I think he's adopted pick a guy and let it fly. And now fans are angry that he's airing the ball out more. And I kind of feel like, and again, I'm not here defending Tua because he's playing bad football right now. But as Dolphins fans, and it's not going to happen, at some point, can we pick a lane? It's you either want Tua to play conservative, point guard football and yak, or you want Tua, and before I pass over, yes, I know people want Tua to air it out and complete passes. I totally understand that. But I just feel like I'm sick and tired of the Tua conversation. It's driving me mental.
I think this is the worst Tua has played since being a rookie, in my opinion. All right, this is the worst Tua we've seen since being a rookie. And I just had this conversation with LB. I'm like, oh, you know what? Before I go there, Sherrod Steve hit me up. Sherrod Steve hit me up, and I typically respond. Sometimes I don't respond when I think he's on it. I'm like, all right.
I get that.
When my dog is on the sauce, I'm like, I'm gonna let him do his thing. You feel me? So I hope Sherrod Steve listening to this right now. So when he's on it, I'll be like, all right, I'm gonna let my dog vent. You feel me? So Sherrod Steve texted me yesterday. So is Tua still your favorite player? And this is the middle of the game. I don't know when he texted, what part of the game he texted, but he did. I did get the text, and I can imagine
it would have been after if I was to guess the time, the Dolphins just get the turnover. It's the first half, and Tua first throw, double coverage, interception. Just like
I think it was second half. All right, so here's why I think it was second half. I was at work and I was watching the game during break, so I was always behind everybody else. And
it makes so much sense now. I'll explain after.
So I was watching the game behind everybody else, and then eventually I see, and something that I forget to do when I'm watching the game is I turn off notifications, like, you know what I'm saying, and I forgot to do it. So I might get group chat notifications, like, and it'll tip off what's about to happen. So here comes Sherrod Steve, Tua still your favorite player.
Yeah.
But I think we were up, what, 16 zip, 8 zip? Hold on, what was it? 16.
At halftime was 16 zip.
Yeah, so it was 16 zip. I think we were up 16 zip. So when I got that text, I'm like, don't tell me we about to blow this thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, don't tell me we about to blow this, right? But I want to answer Steve's question. Yeah, Tua is my favorite player, and I can't support him when he's doing well, and I'm like, yeah, Tua is my guy, and he's doing well, and people bashing him for things that are not his fault. And then when he's playing poorly, I'm like, oh, he's not my dog no more. So yeah, Tua is my guy, but I want to be very clear. I already said I'm moving on from Tua. I said that when I changed my screensaver for the first time in 5 years before the season even started. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, yo, I done changed my screensaver. My screensaver was Tua Ningamano Olipola Tungavailoa for the past 5 seasons. 5 years I had this man on my screensaver, Kadeem. I'm like, yo, I might need to, like, check myself. You feel me? I had Tua as my screensaver for 5 years. Before the season started, I changed it. I think my dog is complacent, bro. I don't think he's putting in the work. I don't think, and I don't think he's putting in the work. I think he got paid, and he's not as serious as he needs to be. For example, you know how we get on Mike McDaniel all the time with
Not we, you do. It's not we,
you know how
do.
you know how I get on Mike McDaniel all the time for the players coming in late. Like it's like, yo, like if the players come in late, Tua cannot diagnose the defense. That's just football 101. But there's something else. It's like a two-part thing. It's something else that happens with the Dolphins that need to be fixed 3-4 years ago. Maybe who knows how long ago. It's the pre-snap operation. The operation in which there's so many motions, you got to get a line, don't false start, illegal formation, all of that, that's not on coach. That's on the quarterback, bro. So way back when the Miami Dolphins had Mike Gesicki, and Mike Gesicki hit us with the line of all lines post game and said, do I look like a jet sweep kind of guy? You know what I'm saying? It was because the pre-snap operation snapped the ball in and looked like Mike Gesicki was about to run a jet sweep. That's on the quarterback, bro. So we've been having pre-snap issues way back to Flores, bro. Mike McDaniel wasn't here for that. That's on the quarterback. You know what I'm saying? That has to be fixed. In no way, shape, or form, bro. And this is not even a go at to it. This is just, accountability needs to be, people need to be held accountable. In no way, shape, or form am I at work. You know what I'm saying? When I'm the last line of defense at work, when I do my quality stuff, like, I'm quality assurance. Nothing can get past me. If something gets past me, whose fault is it? It's on me. So Tua is the last line, oddly enough, of defense when it comes to the formation. You know what I'm saying? So, nah, bro, that operation got to be way better. The same way McDaniel got to be better, the same way the pre-snap has to be better. It has to be a cleaner operation. And he said that before, but it's not getting better. We're getting the same foolishness. Go ahead.
I'm fortunate. You asked me before we started recording, do I watch the game at Hippodrome? And yeah, so essentially the Hippodrome is now like a Las Vegas casino, screens everywhere.
I'm gonna cut you off. You say you watched the game at the Hippodrome?
Yes.
So I was at the Hippodrome when I was in London 3 weeks ago, maybe. And I think I asked you this, but we might as well just bring it up on the podcast now. I was at the Hippodrome at night. And it's not it was like a Thursday night, maybe. I don't know.
No, it can't be Thursday because you flew out Thursday.
Wednesday night. Thanks. It was exactly a Wednesday night. I was at the Hippodrome on a Wednesday night.
It can't be Wednesday night because
how you gonna tell me?
Because we podcasted on Wednesday. It would have been Tuesday night.
It was Wednesday night, bro.
So you went Hippodrome after we podcasted at 8?
Yes.
Apologies. I'll take it back.
Yo, can I Hippodrome the way I want a Hippodrome?
Well, first of all, you said Thursday, and I was like, well, that's possible.
And then I said, I'm sure it was Wednesday night. So Wednesday night, I'm at the Hippodrome, and shout out to London. I love London. Shout out to Hippodrome, cool spot. And I was going to get something to eat, and I seen it had all day breakfast. So I'm like, oh, I could go for some pancakes. You know what I'm saying? And there were no pancakes on the all-day breakfast menu. So I'm like, wait a minute. Hey, can you help me out with this all-day breakfast thing? Why is it only steak, potatoes, and eggs? This is not, I'm thinking, do y'all have pancakes? Do y'all have French toast? And the waitress hit me with something that I was not ready for. I ain't gonna lie. But she said, I think that's an American thing. I'm like, pancakes are American? French toast is American? I had no idea, Kadeem. French toast. I thought it was French. You feel me?
No,
Am I tripping?
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, so like a typical English breakfast would be bacon, eggs, sausages, beans, black pudding, mushrooms.
What is
toast?
Pudding?
I don't like black pudding. I don't like it, so I don't eat it.
What is
it? Very, very quick.
For the listeners that have never heard of ever in their life what black pudding is, can the resident Londoner tell us what black pudding is, please, and thank you.
Black pudding is a traditional blood sausage primarily made from pork blood, fat, and a cereal filler like oatmeal or barley. And Charlie, I do not every black pudding. That is disgusting. I promise you, black pudding will never pass my lips. It's disgusting.
I don't even like the way it sounds.
No. But my Hippodrome story very quickly. So I'm watching the Hippodrome, and I wanted to make a conscious note of this. And it was around the time you messaged saying, like, people got a penalty for like 12 men in the huddle. I think it's like the first quarter.
That's my point. It's not just the alignment. It's
Yeah,
not just the motion. It's 12 men in the huddle too. That's on the quarterback, bro. But go ahead.
But I'm watching and I'm like, it's the first quarter in multiple games, and I'm seeing multiple teams already have to burn a timeout because players are coming in on time or they can't snap the ball in time. And I had this conversation with Tom Valentine as well. And this isn't a shot at you, but I feel it's a shot at Dolphins fans as a whole. We aren't the only team that has 12 men in the huddle issues or pre-snap penalties, all that kind of stuff. And I understand wanting to be perfect. I understand wanting to never have this. In terms of like, when you're like, and again, not at you, but like people like, this can't be happening. How's this happening in week 13, blah, 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 blah. And I'm just like, because it happens week in, week out.
Nah, but that's every other team. Your team doesn't have to be like every other team. That's my point.
No, but my point is, I understand wanting perfection. I 100% like totally
that's
get
not
this.
perfection, Kadeem.
No, but that is perfection, because if 31 other teams happens week in, week out, and you're the only team that doesn't do it, it means you are the perfect team. Your offense is perfect.
Kadeem,
Your offense is like everyone else's.
Kadeem, it's not about perfection, bro. This is about the operation being oiled up to where this doesn't happen. Like this is not like a sack. It's not like a sack where, all right, you're going to give up a sack. That's perfection. Oh, why is my quarterback getting sacked? That's perfection. This is not a sack. This takes no talent. This has nothing to do with a skill set. You know what I'm saying?
If it takes no talent, why do 31 other teams who are, I think, like some teams are way better drilled than the Dolphins have ever been, quarterbacks and head coaches and OCs, all this kind of stuff.
Kadeem,
why is happening to them as well?
You're telling me right now, all 32 teams every single week have a lineup penalty, pre-snap penalty. Like they have a illegal formation penalty. You telling me all 32 teams every week has one?
I would say at least half the teams.
Oh, so now it's half. So it's not 30.
No. But I'm saying, like, so this week it might be 16 teams, and
so that's my point. That's not perfection.
No, but I'm saying it happens every single week in the NFL.
Yeah, it does happen. But look, you dialed it back from perfection just now. You went from 31 to 16.
Because if it happens every single week in the NFL across multiple teams, then you're asking for your team to be perfect. It's never happened.
No.
That's asking for perfection.
I'm asking for my team to be one of those other 16 teams where it doesn't happen.
Okay. So if it doesn't happen this week, but happens next week, are you not going to complain?
That means we're working on it. Yeah, for sure. So that means so hold on. So if we have 18 weeks in a season, I do not expect to not have a illegal formation penalty for 18 weeks. I'm okay if it happens 10 weeks out of the 18. All right, once upon a time, anything can happen. It came in late. We're in a no huddle. The receiver didn't get set. I'm okay with that. But every week, every other week.
How many times this season have the Dolphins had a 12 men in the huddle on offense?
No. I'm
asking
you a question. I don't know about a 12 men in the huddle.
I can promise you that's probably once.
All right, that's cool. So it
happened once, and what was your reaction? Can not clean this up. So that's something.
No. So 12 men in the huddle, pre-snap penalties encompass 12 men in the huddle. I'm not just talking about 12 men in a huddle. I'm talking about 12 men in the huddle, illegal formation, illegal substitution, illegal motion, stuff like that, illegal shift. All those are pre-snap offensive operation penalties that I think need to be cleaned up. I'm not just talking about 12 men in the huddle, but and for the record, all of those fall on the quarterback.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, I will stand by this point. This happens. I searched on Twitter 12 men in the huddle just to see if any happened this week alone. I saw someone, I think it was the Packers in week 18 last season, had a 12 men in the huddle penalty. And someone put on Twitter, 12-man huddle in week 18. How did it happen? And I was just like, because it's football and it happens.
Nah,
Now
but
again,
it doesn't have to though. Just because it
no,
happens
but
doesn't mean it has to.
then it goes back to you're
If
asking for
fumbles happen in football, Kadeem, you don't have to fumble. Like I think Achane didn't fumble in like 4 seasons or something like that. It was the craziest stat. You don't have to fumble just because you're playing football.
And I'm not saying that you have to have the penalty, but I'm saying when it happens, my reaction is never, and I'm not saying this is your reaction, but I get a sense that when these penalties happen, Dolphins fans act like we're the only team to get the penalties. And again, I'm not saying this is you. I'm not saying this is you.
I'll tell you my reaction. My reaction is, why do we still have pre-snap penalties in this operation? And it's been happening for 5 years. That's my reaction.
And then I would then go back to like how the Chiefs have it, and they've been in the same offense.
Yeah, but we're not the Chiefs. I'm asking why we have it. If every team doesn't have it, why do we?
But every team does have it.
No, but it's not every week though. We've established, we have agreed that it's not every week.
But the Dolphins don't have it every single week.
Dolphins, all right. So out of 12 men in the huddle,
yep, which I think has only happened once this season.
Hold on. Let me land the plane. 12 men in the huddle, illegal shift, illegal motion, and illegal formation. That's 4. I can't think of any others right now. You telling me every game this year the Dolphins haven't had one of those penalties?
I can largely eliminate 12 men in the huddle.
No, yeah, but we're talking about all of them.
Yes. So I'm
These
saying
all pre-snap operational penalties that I'm talking about.
I don't think there's been a week where I can confidently say the Dolphins didn't get at least one of those penalties.
So you're saying every week the Dolphins have had one of those penalties?
At least
obviously
one, yeah.
Without fact checking.
Yeah.
That's not a problem to you.
I would bet that every week most teams across the NFL have one of those penalties.
All right. Well, you all over the place right now.
No. Okay. No.
It's all right.
Well, I don't know if you have time this weekend or at any point in this week. We'll pick one random game, and I can almost bet one of at least one was only 2. One of the teams are going to have a pre-snap penalty.
I didn't say that they wouldn't though. My point is, and we just you walk back 31 teams to 16. My point is, why do we have to be one of those teams? If there are teams out there that don't have it every week, why can't we be one of those teams that don't have it every week? That's all I'm saying. This is I'm not even talking about sacks. I'm not talking about drop passes. By the way, why is Jalen Waddle on the hands team? Like, I'm not talking about incomplete passes. I'm not talking about picks. I'm talking about takes no talent, line up the right way. Get the operation out. Snap the ball without an infraction because the quarterback didn't set up the operation properly. That does not take a lot to ask, bro. That's like putting on your uniform every game, bro. Why is your gig line all over the place? Like, yo, that don't take no talent. It takes no talent.
Sorry, I'm not ignoring you. I found and I want to talk about something about the Dolphins very quickly, but I found a website called NFLpenalties.com.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to see if it broke down which penalties teams got. Because again, I was just interested. But
hey, by the way, while Kadeem's looking for this in the comments, let us know whose side you're on with this. Are you on Kadeem's side where it's gonna happen? It's football. It is what it is. We're not perfect. Or are you on my side where it's like, yo, this thing don't have to happen every week? It's pre-snap penalties, bro. No, bro. If you don't have zero tolerance for pre-snap penalties, what else are you gonna allow to happen? Like, what else are we gonna allow? Just all right, well, it just happens. We have to deal with it. No, bro, it's pre-snap penalties, bro. Like, this does not have to happen just because it's a part of the sport.
So I don't know how. I genuinely don't know whether this is factual or not, or like how thing it is. I am looking. So according to this website, and you know what? I don't know why I'm doing this. Like I can't get up on the screen. That'll make the most sense. Do you not agree, Charlie?
For sure.
So, and it's funny. I actually want to talk about Devon Achane this week, and whether we should pay him or when we should pay him.
We back. We back on that. What side are you on now? You on the pay him side? Did you come around?
Charlie, not at all. No, not in the slightest. But basically, it's because Jason Sarney and others basically tweeted during the game, Devon Achane should not step in the field next year without a contract extension.
But listen, are we turning the page, or are you still trying to find something?
No. So I've got the website. I just wanted to. So that looks a bit small. Do you agree?
Yeah, it's this. I don't think anyone can see that.
Is it blurry on your screen or is it just mine?
It's not podcast material. Oh, we getting there. All right. Number 1 or number 2? Number 3 or number 4? There we go.
So this, according to this website, footballdatabase.com, the Dolphins have had 4 delay of game penalties so far this season. Delay of game 4.
Okay.
The Bengals lead the league in 9. The Dolphins are fairly middle of the pack. Would you agree based on
with 4 delay of game penalties according to football database? Because last time we checked the drops, we know how that ended up for us. When we checked Tyreek Hill's and Jalen Waddle's drops, and they said there was only like 4 or 6, and we counted like 3 in one game, and it wasn't up there. So I don't know. But
continue. And then this is full starts. So according to this website, the Dolphins have had 11 full starts so far this season.
And I want to be clear: a false start is a pre-snap penalty that's not does not encompass what I'm talking about. Because you're gonna false starts. All right, cool, we get it, but we're not.
Okay, so then, genuine question: why do false starts fall under the umbrella of it happens?
Because a false start is not in the quarterback's control. The quarterback cannot tell the guard not to jump. The quarterback cannot tell the center to snap the ball or not snap the ball. Well, that's a bad example. Hold up. The quarterback cannot tell the tackle, hey, this is on 2. Do not jump on 1. However, the quarterback cannot snap the ball if the offense is not aligned right. It's up to him to snap the ball. So that misaligned, that illegal formation is on the quarterback because he was the last line of defense to fix it. If there's a shift, illegal shift, it's up to the quarterback to not snap the ball during after the illegal shift. You can call timeout to get out of it. Now, if we just have to fall on the sword and it's like, all right, we get that. You know what I'm saying? But that's not what happens with the Dolphins. You see what I'm saying? So all of these pre-snap penalties, like that happen with the operation that are not false starts, all of those fall on the quarterback, bro.
You said, and this is a very specific example, which I feel like no one will remember apart from you and I. Is it Terry McLaurin for the Washington Commanders?
Yes.
And he's lining up and he's saying to the ref,
I'm on the line. That's what he said. Yep. All right. So look. So you
no. Let me finish. So he's doing that. He's doing all of that. Ref is like, yeah, you're all good. You're all good.
Verifies. Yes.
Quarterback looks. Everything's good. Everything's good.
Yep.
Snap the ball. Flag. Why by your definition, that'll fall on the quarterback because it's on him to make sure everyone's set and in line. However, in that one specific situation, there was nothing he could do about it because even the wide receiver was like, hey,
he verified. He did his job.
Yeah.
He checked.
Yeah.
And the ref said he was good.
And that's fine. The overall point I'm making is if you've done the check, everyone's all lined up, cool. the receiver's going to run his motion, which you know is going to happen, and you snap the ball. If there's an illegal shift, how's that on the quarterback? Because
you can call timeout after an illegal shift and not get a penalty.
But how is the quarterback meant to know? Because at that point, he's not focused.
Bro, he is the orchestrator of the entire offense. What do you mean? So look, for example, I'll give you an example. When two people shift at the same time, that's illegal. So what happens is you've seen this before. A quarterback calling, looking like he's doing orchestrating everything. Two people move, and he'll say, "Wait, stop," and then one has to stop, and then the other one goes and like that is setting it up. Like, all right, you can't move both at the same time. We have to reset, so we don't get this penalty, and then you could go in motion, and that's no longer an illegal shift. So you've seen quarterbacks correct it before.
I'm not having a full start penalty doesn't like fall under.
It's not the quarterback's control.
No, I understand it doesn't fall under the quarterback, but under the, and maybe I am misquoting you, but it doesn't fall under the takes no talent.
No. I didn't say it took no talent. It does take no talent. But this is what I'm saying. That doesn't fall on the quarterback. And it's also pre-snap. It's also pre-snap and takes no talent. So it does encompass what I'm talking about. But why it doesn't is because that's outside of the quarterback's control. All the penalties that I'm talking about that are pre-snap penalties all fall under the quarterback's control. That is it. Those are the ones that I'm talking about the most. And if you combine those with the amount of times McDaniel gets to play in late, we're just a sloppy optimist football team, bro. Like now, if you separate them, then you got Tua responsible for some stuff, and then you got McDaniel responsible for play calling coming in late. And then you might mess around and have McDaniel call a play late and then Tua throw a pick because he couldn't assess the defense. It's the craziest thing. But now if you combine them both, you get what our record is right now. A team that can't even get the play out right. We can't even snap the ball right to run the right play because our pre-snap operation is terrible. From the play caller to the actual snap, it's terrible. Terrible.
That's annoying. Not you. I'm looking at other websites.
It is annoying though. You're right. It is annoying.
I didn't mean for us to get sidetracked that much.
Let's go. Devon
Achane. I'm not paying him, but I'm not paying. Like, again, if I personally wouldn't pay him because if I'm rebuilding, I'm not paying a running back. That doesn't mean I don't think he does not deserve to be paid. So I understand he deserves to be paid and probably deserves to be paid by the Dolphins. I just wouldn't pay him. And congratulations on the 1,000-yard season, fully deserved. I place blame on Tua not having a touchdown because he dropped the ball. I know some people think that Tua should have positioned the ball better. I understand that. But he's the offense at the moment. Everything runs through him. Everything should run through him. And credit where credit is due. He's an amazing footballer. I'm just not paying you.
You remember that bet, that preseason bet? What the line was for Devon Achane, 1,000 yards rushing and 1,000-yard receiving? Do you remember that? What it was?
I could not tell you, not at all. Also, I won our long season standing bet, so cool.
All right, so we'll figure that out. What was the bet, Kadeem?
Who sees the field first, Quinn Ewers or Zach Wilson?
Quinn Ewers didn't come in before Zach Wilson?
Nah, Zach Wilson came in. Was it the Colts game he came in?
Zach Wilson came in?
Zach Wilson came in first.
I thought Quinn Ewers. I thought Zach Wilson was inactive that week.
So Quinn Ewers came in and nearly threw an interception. I'm 99% sure.
I thought I won that bet, Kadeem. I think, bro. This before we talk Devon Achane, let's play this up because I thought Quinn Ewers won that bet. I thought that was the week that Quinn Ewers was activated, and we ended up pulling Tua because we was getting smoked. And Zach Wilson was activated.
Very quickly, Zach Wilson played week 1 against the Colts. 5 completions from 8 attempts.
All right. So you got me on that. So Devon Achane, I could make a case, Kadeem. Not just me. I think people can make a case that Devon Achane is the best running back in football right now. Now that's not that strong. I can't. I ain't gonna lie. I'm not like, all right. You know what I'm saying? All right, don't kill me. You know what I'm saying? All right.
That case would be a very, very fun case.
But I can't make a case, and I'll tell you how I get there. But I can make a stronger case that he's a top 3 running back in the NFL right now, and that case is almost. I don't see no one. If someone wants to debate me on that, I think I could do it. But here's why I say he is the best running back in the league right now. Maybe all right, maybe he's not the best, but it's like out of all the running backs in the league, listen. Out of all the running backs in the league,
moonwalking this.
out of all the running backs in the league, who would you want? And if you started this list, like who would you take today as your running back? I think Achane is in the top 3. Here's why. Because if the question is who would you take today to be your running back, you have to consider Christian McCaffrey gets hurt all the time. And I think the only one is really Gibbs that will give Achane a run for his money, where it's not hands down. Because I think hold on. I think McCaffrey, Gibbs, and Achane are the top 3 running backs in the NFL right now. Obviously, if you're talking about building for a future and all this other good stuff, it's a different question. But I think those 3 that I mentioned are better than Bijan and also better than Saquon right now. It's not by much, but I think the line has to be drawn in the sand somewhere. And then even at that, you got Jonathan Taylor out there, and he's a running back. He's more of a pure running back. He's not as dynamic as the 5 running backs that we just mentioned before, Jonathan Taylor. So I can make the argument that if you had to start your team right now, what running back do you want? Achane's in that conversation. That being said, there's an exception to every rule, Kadeem. And I, for one, made an exception to the Giants having to pay Saquon Barkley. I thought the Giants should have paid Saquon Barkley. I know you don't pay running backs, but you have to have somebody here. Someone has to do something. And the Giants could have had Saquon Barkley and Malik Neighbors, and it would have been a different Giants team, and the Eagles might not even won the Super Bowl because of it. It's craziness. But they let them go to a division rival, and we seen what happened. They win the Super Bowl. So I really thought Giants should have, I know you don't pay running backs, but you gotta pay Saquon. And I know I don't pay running backs, but Achane got to get his money, bro. And I don't care who the quarterback is. The quarterback needs a easy button, and that easy button is Devon Achane.
I genuinely don't disagree with that. I fall on the side of I'm under the assumption that 2027 there's a new head coach and quarterback in Miami. Although I find it funny that more and more fans are coming to the side of Mike McDaniel deserves to stay and give him a decent quarterback, because what could happen? And
I ain't
my
gonna
answer,
lie, Kadeem. I might be one of them. It is crazy.
You are moving, bro. You are moving.
Yo, when I get more information, I have to reassess. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, but I'm gonna let you finish before I tell you why there's a chance I have come around on potentially keeping McDaniel. A chance, but continue.
Do you remember weeks ago when I think McDaniel got all the plays in on time, and I was like, if he continues doing that, would you keep? And you was like, nope, because we're too far gone. And again, I don't know your reason, but a couple of weeks ago when I was like, if he can show growth and change, would you keep him? And you said no.
He hasn't changed though, Kadeem. He just had a couple good weeks. A zebra can't change his stripes. Hey, is a zebra black with white stripes or white with black stripes?
Dude, I want to get back to what Achane playing. These are bonus. These are overtime questions, like fact checking all that kind of stuff. Essentially, I'm of the belief that the Dolphins are going to have a new head coach and quarterback in 2027, and by time, in my opinion, the Dolphins are ready to compete for division and Super Bowl titles. I think Devon Achane will be beginning to slide. So my thing is, you're paying a running back and you're going to waste his best years when you're not a competitive team.
Remember when we said that about Xavier Howard, and 2 years later we were like one of the best teams in the NFL?
So yes, there's every chance that you pay him this off season, and I'll be generous and say 2027/2028, 2 years from now, basically, the Dolphins are in a position to succeed, and you have Devon Achane. I'm not saying that can't happen, and I'm also saying, as a Dolphins fan, why do I care about Devon Achane having his best years elsewhere? That's not my problem. We drafted him. If we want to Miles Garrett your career, and you're happy to Miles Garrett your career, cool, brilliant. Like, if you want to be a Dolphins legend and not sniff a ring, that's or even like Alvin Kamara, cool, fair enough. Like, there's no issue with that.
Bro, this
Again,
is not 1985, bro, where it takes 3 seasons, 4 seasons, 5 seasons to rebuild, bro. This is 2025, where any team can be nice in a season and a half, that fast.
And I think that's why Dolphin fans have been saying for years, get rid of Chris Greer and Mike McDaniel and Tua, because you can
All
turn
right,
around.
so why get rid of Achane? Oh, no, if we listen to Dolphin fans talk about get rid of Tua when Tua didn't have a reason to move on from, we would have had Deshaun Watson.
Like, again, yeah, that's completely valid. And no, again, I think we had this conversation in Germany, sorry, in Madrid. There's genuinely no reason why things
Shout out
can't.
to us for being able to have the debate of where we had that conversation. Maybe it was in the States, maybe it was in London, maybe it was in Germany, maybe it was in Spain. Shout out, bro. We came a long way, bro.
Yeah, like there's genuinely no. There's nothing to say the Dolphins can't be competitive in 2027 at the very earliest. Listen, there's a world, because anything can happen, where the Dolphins are competitive next year.
I agree,
with Tua under center.
I agree.
Tua picks up the phone and calls Nick Hicks, and these two.
Nah, y'all acting, man. Like, LB asked me today. He asked me today, how much of this do you think is on Tua not being with perform? And I said about 20%, less than 20% of it. I don't, because a quarterback just needs to hone in, bro. Tua is my dog. He's not locked in. He is not locked. Dog hit the lotto, and he's not taking it as serious as he needed to be, bro. That simple, bro.
2 quick questions, because 5 Yard Lee raised this. So 5 Yard Lee raised this weeks ago, or raised it this week, but said he noticed it weeks ago. How Tua's dad hasn't been at games, and then we find out his dad has like triple bypass heart surgery. Do you think that plays a big enough factor for a somewhat distracted Tua? And I say a big enough factor because
I don't like stuff like this, but just to answer your question on the surface level, yes, that could, but I don't believe is that. Like, and not even knowing that was in the equation, I still don't believe that is it. You know what I'm saying, bro? Like, listen, we're not talking about just a quarterback who, bro, like, when I say dog is my favorite player, I'm not talking about like, bro, like I was taking, bro. I still got scars from all the shots I was getting hit with for defending dog back when nobody wanted to defend him. So I just see someone who is comfortable, who got paid, who can take care of his family now, and that's what he always said before. You know, I want this, and this, and I want my son. I want to play long enough to know that my son knows what his dad is doing in for a living. Bro, look, he got it. I'm happy for him. I don't know if we're gonna see the old Tua ever again. I really don't know that, bro. And only Tua knows that, bro. And what we don't have is the luxury of time to sit and wait for the old Tua to come back, because this is 2 seasons now, and it's a business.
That's my other question. When do you factually and categorically know when Tua stopped working with Perform?
I don't know. I thought it was the offseason that just passed.
I'm pretty sure someone was like, it's been 2 years now. And I say that because
we could find out for sure, but I don't care for that type of conversation in the media platform that we have. I don't care for that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But the reason I brought it up, because if it was 2 years ago, if it was the off season of 2024, Tua wasn't buns last year.
He wasn't buns, but he didn't play last year, Kadeem. He missed 6.5 games last year.
Oh, he did, but I don't think that was down to perform.
But he did have a couple buns games though. You know what I'm saying? Which is okay. Like, you're gonna stink up the joint from time to time. So, bro, the other team get paid too. The coach is gonna figure you out and like, oh, we got him. You know what I'm saying? And you're gonna have a game where it's like, we got him. You know what I'm saying? So I'm cool with games that are. I'm cool with games that look at Kadeem. Check this out. You know what I'm saying? So I'm cool with games where it's far and few in between, which why I defended them in the first place. I'm like, yo, that game's not really onto it. But then when he did have a bad game, okay, but look, this is the first bad game in how long? And I was just saying this today. And this is why it's different now, because he didn't have these games like this. Once upon a time, he wasn't turn the ball over. And I'm like, yo, it's a cool nickname because of his last name, but he's not even that dude. He doesn't turn the ball over like that. Now he actually does turn the ball over like that.
He leads the league in interceptions.
Yeah, so all right, cool. That's not cool. You feel me? And then even back to last year, and bro, it's from the Titans game of 23, bro. That's what it really is, bro. It's not just the entire last season. It kind of trickled over to the 23 season, our best season ever. But of recent times.
But 2023, at the very least, we know he was working with Perform. That the 23 off season heading to 2023 season. And again, I'm in no way saying Tua was amazing last year. I think, and again, I don't say through no fault of our own, but like, I regret with each passing bad Tua game that we don't have last season's quarterback rankings. But I feel like, I don't know where you would have placed him. I would have placed him between 12 and 18.
And not to put this, we take L's, collective L's and W's together on this podcast. But I told you we should have did the quarterback ranking episode. And you're like, oh no, let's wait. And then we never did it, bro. I'm like, yo, I don't like the fact that our guy is stinking up the joint right now. And we're the podcast that have the quarterback rankings and we're not doing them. And I'm like, yo, that's not a good look. We got to put them out there. But look, let's talk about McDaniel and how I might have turned the page on McDaniel, bro.
In overtime.
Yeah, in overtime. Y'all know what time it is. Test positive. No, don't test positive.
Yeah. Whoa.
Free snap penalty.
TNT.
It doesn't happen often, though. It don't happen often. I can clean it up. You know what I'm saying? Takes no talent. It's a pre-snap penalty. I could put it on me. I could clean it up. I know it's my fault. I got to clean it up. But y'all know what time it is. Stay positive. Test negative. That was 2 timeouts in a row.
I'm saying. Takes no talent.
All right. Y'all know what time it is. Stay positive. Test negative. For Kadeem Simmons, I'm Charlie Touche. Thank you for tuning in this time. Make sure you catch us next time on Go Time. Already.
Gotta make them lose their mind when it's your time. And it's show time. Going all out when it's go time. I ain't wasting no time. Gotta make them lose their mind when it's show time. Cause it's your time. Lay it on the line when it's go time. Don't waste no time. Gotta make them lose their mind when it's your time. And it's show time. Going all out when it's go time. I ain't wasting no time.
Before, maybe it's not possible, but before we talk Coach McDaniel, Anthony Weaver and this defense, start of the season, I think we're looking like, yo, Weaver might get sacked mid-season because this defense has not turned up. Do you think it's fair? do you think it's fair to say not only has his defense turned it around, but he's probably going to go this offseason for a head coaching gig?
I don't know about that. I don't know about a head coaching job. When you said, bruh, hold on, what do you think, Kadeem? Because I was going to change the subject, but go ahead. What do you think?
Yeah, I think he'll once again be in the I think he'll be in a conversation for a head coaching gig. Whether he gets one, I'm not too sure. But I do think this defense has improved from where it was at the start of the season. I think there are still improvements to be made in terms of like just finishing sacks, but I don't think that's Weaver's fault. You know, if he's called a play and it's managed to get Chubb or Chop or whoever, free, those guys need to finish. And yeah.
But I was hard on Tyrell Dotson. Yeah, I'm not a fan of Dotson. But credit when credit's due. When Waddle wasn't dropping passes, got to give Waddle credit for not dropping passes. Kind of. But Dotson called his own play. In the 2-point conversion interception, the headset wasn't working. It's all over social media now. You can go on Dolphin social media. You can see the headset not working, looking at the sideline. No one knows what the play is. Dotson calls his own play. Right? Like what I want quarterbacks to do more often. Like, bro, call your own play, bro. You've been quarterback all your life. You can call a couple plays when you need to. And Dotson calls his own play, gets Minka in the right position. Minka makes the game-winning, game-saving interception. Here's the thing. When you mention, the Dolphins might be a playoff team next year. Here's why, with Tua as quarterback. Here's why that's not far-fetched, Kadeem. There's cohesion, right, in this building with the staff and everything like that. We're not too far removed from Frank Smith and Darrell Bevel turning down jobs like as OCs in elsewhere. Like, yo, play callers elsewhere. Nah, I'm staying with the Dolphins. It's bigger than football here, is what Bevel said. Like, he literally said that last year. Like, nah, bro, I'm not going nowhere. This is bigger than football here. And here's why I'm like, I'm okay with coach and quarterback coming back in 27. Here's why.
26.
20. My bad. You're right. 26. When McDaniel came to the Dolphins, did we go to the playoffs?
Yes.
We did. First year.
Yeah.
What about second year?
Yep.
We did.
Yep.
So Tua was quarterback both of those years, and coach was coaching both of those years. Tua did not make the playoff appearance because he was hurt.
Yeah, first year, yeah.
He was out with a concussion for the first year. The third year was last year. Yes.
Yeah.
And we did not make the playoffs. Right?
No.
Do you know what our record was last year?
9-8.
I think it was 8-9.
Oh,
No matter. 8-9.
No. I think Miami Dolphins podcast. We should at least know what our record was last year. Like,
Miami Dolphins podcast. You're right.
Because someone will be like, "How can you guys not know?" They're like,
"You're right." So 8-9, I think.
24, 25, or 24 season. Regular season standings, Miami Dolphins 8-9. You were correct.
So we're 8-9 last year. McDaniel was our coach, yeah.
Yep.
How many games did Tua miss?
Last year, like 4.
I think the actual number is 6.5.
I could double check that.
I think it's 6.5. And the reason why I think it's 6.5 is because that's what Greer said in the press conference. Well, we were only a game and a half out the playoffs, and our quarterback missed 6.5 games. So do the math. And I was okay with that. I was okay with him saying that. And everybody like, oh, I'm like, no, that's pretty accurate. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's 4.5, you're a game and a half out the playoffs. Your quarterback missed 4.5 games. Either way you want to slice it, he didn't have his quarterback. And he still only ended up a game and a half out of the playoffs. This is McDaniel I'm talking about. So now, in my opinion, and I slice it how I slice it, bro. I give everybody the real, the raw all the time. I don't believe we're not successful this year because of coach. I think it's because of quarterback. Like, now, thing is, he's really stinking up the joint. And he will tell you he's stinking up the joint. So I don't understand why Tua fans come at another Tua fan and myself telling me that I'm not a fan no more. Like, yo, I'm just saying what Tua's saying. He's stinking up the joint. It's okay. He's still my favorite player. But my thing is, here you have it where, do you move on from someone because they had a bad year? Like last year, the Dolphins didn't make the playoffs. Oh, fire coach, which everyone was talking about too. People were talking about it last year. The first year he didn't make the playoffs. So now you got 2 seasons in a row now. All right, back to back. Bam, bam. Bam, bam. Bum 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 bum. Anyway, but you got 2 years back to back, no playoffs, and a trend now. Now we're trending in the wrong direction. It's not just a one-off. That's why I'm okay with putting this thing to the fire one more time. All right. When I say put it to the fire, I'm not talking about, hey, if there's a quarterback out there, let's just stay the course. Nah, bro. If something happens, we have to cross that bridge when it happens. But I'm not going to get Kyler Murray because Tua had a bad year this year, and we got to pay Tua and Kyler Murray and have a quarterback come. I'm not interested in Kyler Murray. So I'm not interested in those type of quarterbacks either. Don't hit me with Case Keenum. Don't hit me with Kyler Murray. Don't hit me with Jacoby Brissett. Don't hit me with none of these boys. You feel me? If it is not the answer for our franchise coming in next year, we're paying Tua, might as well let him play next season. That's how I look at it. So you're right, bro. There is a chance we have a successful 26 season. But in my opinion, it has to be without Jalen Waddle. Because the same way Buffalo hit us with a 1 and a 3 offer, it better have been because, they think we can make a run this year. And now that we didn't make the run, eventually we're not going to make the run. If that offer is on the table in the offseason, Dolphins better pull the trigger on Jalen Waddle to Buffalo for a 1st and a 3rd. Here's why. Josh Allen don't make receivers, bro. He don't make them. Like, his best receiver was Diggs in his prime. They didn't do nothing with him. So you telling me Jalen Waddle, who drops the ball and is always injured, is going to put Josh Allen and the Bills over the top? Sign me up. It's fool's gold, and it's in our division. We could take a 1 and a 3rd and probably take the division and get away with highway robbery.
Before we go, I just want to... So, at Mike Dixon NFL _69 tweeted at 8:27 yesterday, so it would have been around the 3rd quarter. McDaniel trying to get to a passing touchdown for stats so bad. King of Finland quote tweeted that and said, or he's putting it on full display for ownership, what he's really working with. Essentially saying McDaniel is allowing Tua to pass to show Stephen Ross and the next GM Tua's not that good. What do you think of that take?
Or none of the above. Like, bro, like, I think it's all foolishness. I think, everybody's entitled to their own opinion, bro. But at the same time, we're not just gonna look at one game. We're gonna look at the whole thing. Bro, you put it on tape. We're gonna see what happens with it. How long ago didn't he just have like a 3 touchdown game not too long ago?
4 touchdowns to get to 5.
Oh, my bad. What was that about then? Like, how does that work? You see what I'm saying? Like, bro, you gotta look at the whole grand scheme of things, bro.
You know, I try not to engage on social media too much because I don't want to get into back and forth. But I feel like we know King of Finland. He's been on the podcast. So I tweeted, this logic never makes sense. Because what happens if Tua connects with a pass like the Waller or Achane throws and he gets a touchdown? If people believe McDaniel is calling plays so that Tua turns the ball over and McDaniel can turn around and say, see, he's rubbish, then common sense really isn't common. I genuinely, and like, I genuinely don't understand how anyone of any fan of any franchise can believe that a head coach is going to call a play to sabotage the team so he can turn around and go, see, this is what I'm working with. Like, that is one of the, and I mean this in the nicest way possible, one of the dumbest things a fan can say. It's up there with Kevin Stefanski is calling plays to sabotage Shador Sanders, when Stefanski does not call plays. If you if you genuinely think a head coach is going to risk his job to prove that a player is bad, I genuinely question your mental health because there's something wrong with you.
By the way, Shador Sanders got all the reps with the starters last year.
Bro,
How that turned out
last
last
week.
week? How that
Bro,
turned out? Steve?
Charlie, the touchdown pass he did have, I kid you, know what? I know we're running a bit long. I want to get. So have you seen the touchdown pass to, is it Howard Fanning Jr.?
That's it. 2 saves 24. Put some respect on his name. 2 saves
Apologies.
24. Harold Fanning Jr.
So no, what? I'm gonna send it to you very quickly. I don't want to put it on the channel because we're gonna get demonetized, and I don't see the point in that. So I'm sending you the Shador Sanders touchdown.
Oh, is it like a screen that went to the house?
I wish. And this is bad audio because Charlie's watching. So it's basically, yeah.
Busted coverage.
Yeah. So busted coverage, yeah.
Yeah.
Charlie, can you read out what the tweet says?
Back-to-back weeks of Shador Sanders going through his progressions and squeezing a pass into a tight window. Yo, there's like a 8-yard radius. Tight window.
Charlie, tight window. Charlie, I have never thrown a pass in a game before in my life. I could have made that pass, Charlie.
Hey, someone still shots it and catches one defender 6 yards away and the other defender 9 yards away. I said it was 8 yards on first glance. It turns out it is like in totality an 8-yard radius. That's insane.
Someone else tweeted, Shador Sanders, the Cleveland Browns selected the best quarterback in the 2025 NFL draft in the 5th round. That is insane. And he was only available because he was a confident black kid with a Hall of Fame father. Best in the draft by far. If he was starting from day one, the Browns would be in the playoffs. And he's just talking. Best quarterback.
So with this Shador Sanders got blackballed thing, so I guess Jerry Jeudy's in on it too, huh? Because Jerry Jeudy was giving Shador Sanders the business on the sideline. Just it didn't look like a good conversation, and Shador Sanders was on something, yo, not right now. Like, I don't want to hear him no more. Like, go somewhere else with that. Like, so yeah, man, that's what a starter looks like with a week of starting reps. Like, come on, man. Like, y'all, and I hate to have to be this guy, bro, because he could turn out to be nice. He's just not nice right now.
Two very, very quick thing before we go, I know thing. On a 4th and 26, yeah. So 4th and 26, Shador Sanders had the ball. He scrambles and he runs past, the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
And he slides.
Dang.
On 4th and 26. 4th and 26, why he's sliding for? And then
hold on. What's the alternative? Just take the hit or what?
Or just throw the ball downfield. Like
into coverage?
I would say so, yeah.
I don't know about that either. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, it's 4th and 20. All right, I gotta see where we are in the game.
Oh no, the game was done.
So
I think so, yeah.
Well, yeah, some of this matters right now. Is it like no time on the clock? Is this our last possession of the game? Is it a 1-score game? A lot of that matters right now. Like, I need to know a lot of that.
I'm pretty sure I sent it to the boys.
Dang, Kadeem got a group chat called the boys and Charlie
Oh,
Touche.
no,
That's wild, bro.
It's I can't see
Boys.
I can't see the all I know is that it's 4th and 26 and the score was 26-8.
Yeah, I mean, so what we doing? Kadeem, we gonna throw a Hail Mary up the game is done. It's over with.
So my thing is the game done is over with, but we're calling the play on 4th and 26.
So what's that? That's not his fault.
No. That's I'm not blaming him for that. I'm saying once a play is called, I'm trying to make a play, and
I don't know,
if I'm
Kadeem.
like, I'm saying
that's a lot right there, bro. It's 4th and 26. The game's over, and you're down 3 touchdowns.
Yeah,
man, get out of that game healthy, bro.
Of course, again, but then I'm just saying instead of sliding, why not just
because what happens is you throw this ball and it gets picked off, and then your stat line at the end of the season is 1 start, 1 pick, 1 touchdown, as opposed to 1 touchdown, no picks, and then everybody's going to get at you for throwing this pick. And if this happens again next week, then it's 2 picks, 1 touchdown, and 2 losses. So it matters a little bit, not a lot, but it matters a little bit. I got something for you though.
Yep.
You see these?
Pringles.
I got these in London.
Yep.
I forgot they were in my bag because I didn't unpack yet. Like, do you unpack as soon as you get home?
Charlie, I haven't unpacked either. I kid you not. My suitcase is just in the room, sitting there. Like,
bro, I forgot. So I was looking for the victory visor, and I got multiple victory visors. So I like, oh yeah, I still got one in the bag. I forgot I had these on the plane. And I was going to use these as a reason to get up out the seat next to that guy who's being obnoxious to go disturb the peace and just go back to my bag. And now I got some Pringles that I forgot that I had. I love it.
I had Pringles on the way back from my son's Christmas show. The other thing was someone tweeted Shador Sanders in the first half, 30 49ers. 8 for 11, 96 yards, 1 touchdown, no interceptions, which is a pretty decent stat line. Would you not say so?
Sure. What was the end stat line?
And that's what, and the person who tweeted that did not tweet again for the rest of that game because Shador Sanders finished with 16 for 25, 149 yards, and 1 touchdown. So for the rest of the game, he got 50 yards. And again, it wasn't necessarily his fault. Like, yeah.
That's all we got.
Is all we got. Guys, until the next time, we shall see you soon. Peace.
Oopsie.